Hi everyone, welcome to the Torok channel. Today we're gonna take a closer look to this Digitech the Drop pedal. There are pretty many things I need to tell you about this pedal. First off, since I bought it, I cannot stop using it. It's really a very funny, interesting pedal. But there are limitations to what it can do and how it can help you. The first thing I've heard about this pedal is when you use it, it doesn't sound the same way than if you tune down your guitar. Really? Okay, well, I mean, it's worth trying it, it's worth testing it, so I'm gonna play the same riff twice. First time I'm gonna play it with the drop pedal, let's say 2 semitones below the E standard, and second time I'm gonna play it with the guitar, so tune in standard D. Let's see if you guys are gonna be able to hear the difference. Of course, I'm not telling you which one comes first and which one comes in second. Here we go. So, not so easy, is it? Okay, let's make another test. This time I'm gonna use the drop for tuning down 3 semitones below E standard, and I'm gonna tune my guitar down to C sharp standard, which is 3 semitones below E standard. Okay, second test, and after this one I'm gonna tell you which one is which. Here we go. So, really not so easy to hear the difference in D. Pretty easier to hear it in C sharp, I guess you have found it. So, when I was in D, the first one you've heard was the guitar tuned in D, then it was the drop. And for the C sharp it was the exact contrary, meaning that I started with the drop 3 semitones below, and then I have played the guitar in C sharp. Now what we're gonna do is mix them both, so you can hear the difference more clearly. I'm gonna play the 2 riffs I have played in the previous examples, and mix them together so you can hear the real difference between the two. Just before we go there, I would like to ask you considering subscribing to the channel. If you do so, don't forget to click on the notification bell. Otherwise, you will not receive the alerts when I'm making a new video and I put it online. Please consider to liking the video if you do like it, share with your friends, and there's now a new way to help me growing and developing this channel, because it's just what it's all about. If you order from Thomann, please use the link that's in the description below. For you, it's not gonna change anything. To me, a small amount of the money you're gonna spend is gonna be given to me so I can buy more accessories like pedal, more guitars, more amps, more everything that's gonna help me grow the channel, make more videos, and maybe help you decide whether something is good for you or not. So thanks in advance for your help. Let's go back to the drop. Okay, now let's push it a little bit further. Some of you might wonder, and I have been wondering, if this thing could replace a 7-strings guitar. So the best way I have found to try it is take my dear Schecter Demon 7. I'm gonna play a riff based on the low B, normally with no drop, nothing, and then I'm gonna play the same riff based on the low E that's 5 semitones beyond low B, and use the drop to compensate, and so the drop is going to be lit on 5, which means it's going to be 5 semitones below the note I'm playing. Let's see and let's hear, of course, as there's a real difference between the two. So I think it's pretty obvious that it doesn't replace a 7-string guitar because the tension on the strings is not the same. On my Schecter Demon 7 I have a 10 to 59 string gauge, meaning that this is 59 and the low E is 48. I mean, I just took 10 to 48, sorry, string gauge and added a 59 just to have kind of the same tension everywhere. It's not exactly what happens, but it's pretty close to what I wanted to reach for a result. So no, this thing does not really replace a 7-string guitar, specifically if you have not a fat enough string gauge. I think if I try it with my 10 to 52, which is my regular string gauge for pretty much all my guitars, it would sound much better. Another thing, another limitation to this pedal that you have to know before you even try to buy it and this kind of thing, this thing is made for playing loud or for playing with the headphones. I generally use the headphones on my ears to play because I don't want to disturb everybody at home, but if you play on an amp with low volume, what's gonna happen is this. Ooh, freaking ugly, yeah. You cannot stay focused on what you're playing with hearing this kind of thing. I mean, it's so weird. It's just getting you out of what you play. The last thing you have to know is if you are already using some fat string gauge, some 13 to 62 and this kind of thing, anyway, you're gonna have some low tone. You're gonna play in C, in B, B flat, A, I mean, this kind of thing. This thing will not push a guitar from B to E, okay? It's just dropping down, it's not dropping up. But if you're the kind of guy like me, wanting to explore some different tones sometimes, but still having your guitar tuned in standard E or drop D or standard E flat, this kind of thing, you don't want to change your string gauge because that's what you like. This thing will help you trying new tunes. I mean, if you have a guitar with a Floyd Rose, especially a Floyd Rose, you don't want to tune your guitar down and up all the time, you know. It takes a very long time, even when you're used to doing it, it's freaking long. So this thing will help your guitar sound the way you want, the exact way you want, in the tune you want, without changing anything on the guitar. Just push this and this. Okay, so at the end of the day, this thing for 8-9 euros is really useful. I could live without it. I've been playing for 24 years without having it at home, but now that I have tried it and I got used to it, well, really, I'm pretty much using it all the time and exploring C sharp, C tones, this kind of thing with my guitars, and really I like it. It sounds realistic enough for me, so I can use it all the time and I can do some recordings with it for the channel and this kind of thing. I have already, by the way, done several demos with this Digitech the Drop, and I've heard and read no one telling me, hey man, this thing doesn't sound natural, are you using a pedal, this kind of thing, right? Keep in mind that if you don't play with a high enough volume, or if you don't play with some headphones, it's gonna sound freaking ugly and you cannot use it normally, I mean. But for the rest, very good investment. If you don't want to have, one guitar per tone, that means one for standard E, one for drop D, one for standard E flat and this kind of thing. And if you don't want to change your strings all the time, because the touch of the strings is something very special, and when you find the one that suits you, you don't want to change anymore unless you're not satisfied anymore. So this thing for 8-9 euros renders a lot of service. Helps you express what you want to express through the music in different tones, and just for that, thanks Digitech for having done this thing. I have it, I keep it. Thanks for watching, see you next time.